So Google is hosting its 6th annual Google for India event. Let's go there live.
Our goal is to build a more helpful Google for everyone.
आग वाली गली से सीधे जाए। आज 2 तारीख है।
वो शोले रामनगरा।
What becomes successful in India, surely the world is going to adopt.
Welcome to the 6th and a very special edition of Google for India. My name is Sanjay Gupta and I'm the country head for Google in India. I joined Google in January and this is my first Google for India. The fact that I'm talking to all of you from my living room is a small indication of how much our lives have changed in the last 6 months. The COVID-19 pandemic continues to impact the health and lives of many across our country. But through it all, it has been inspiring to see how the country has come together to support our communities and our healthcare workers. Businesses of all sizes have stepped up to provide vital resources, and hundreds of NGOs have rallied to support people whose lives and livelihoods are impacted. That said, the challenge is by no means behind us, and we must all continue to work together to prioritize safety of our people and enable livelihood. I have experienced firsthand the telecom and media revolution in India. But what inspires me even more is the digital revolution that is redefining what's next and presents an opportunity to build the future of India. As a country, we have made tremendous progress to make the internet more accessible and affordable to people. Today, there are more than 500 million active internet users, and over 450 million users access the internet on a smartphone. Connectivity and access provides the foundation for building products and services that are relevant and helpful. These products and services help solve some of the biggest challenges that our society faces, like learning, education, jobs, or payments. Solving for these challenges has been the focus for Google in India over the last several years. Under our Next Billion Users initiative, we have been focused on building products and solutions that can help Indians get more out of the internet. Today, these 500 million connected Indians can search on Google in 9 Indian languages. If they can't write or find it difficult to write, they can use the voice assistant in all these 9 languages. We are very aware that there are parts of the society where the internet has been slow to reach. We at Google have put special focus in those areas. Our Internet Sathi program has helped 30 million women across rural India learn to use the internet. We have used AI to help solve for a very big challenge we face every monsoon: floods. Today, the flood forecasting system enabled on Google search can forewarn both communities and the disaster management group on their mobiles 12 to 48 hours before an area may be flooded. And this is sharply predicted even to a colony. In the last few months, as we grappled with COVID, we have seen the importance of credible and authoritative information that is helpful and can be easily accessed. There have been over 2 billion searches on COVID across different languages on Google platforms. We work closely with the World Health Organization and the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare to surface credible and authoritative information on COVID-19 across all our platforms and in multiple languages, providing information on, amongst other things, preventive measures, the safety precautions, such as maintaining social distancing and personal hygiene. In a crisis of this scale, working together with MyGov and various state governments, we worked quickly to organize the information for over 11,000 food and night shelters spread across more than 700 cities across the country and made it available on Google Maps. We also made this information accessible to feature phone users through our phone line initiative with Vodafone, which was announced last year in this very forum. And we worked with the Internet Sathis in more than 50,000 villages to disseminate important authoritative information on COVID-19 within their village communities. As COVID struck, our children faced a big challenge. The schools had to be shut down and the learning came to a standstill. Using Google Meet, Google Classroom, Google Read Along, and YouTube Learning, we enabled schools, teachers, and children to get connected with reliable and safe products where they could access content and continue to learn. Today, many million children are using these products every month to study and to learn. We have shown as a society that we are resilient and adapt quickly in the face of big challenges. Google Pay enabled us as a society to contribute digitally to the PM CARES Fund. Within a period of a few weeks, all of us using Google Pay contributed more than 120 crores to this initiative. More recently, we partnered with Indian Council of Medical Research and MyGov to surface 600 authorized COVID testing centers across 300 Indian cities on Google Maps. During these tough times, what has been truly remarkable is our response as a society. I am inspired by some of the examples of change I see around me. Blue Dot Pencil, a stationery store, is a small retailer based in Gurugram. During the pandemic, there were no customers visiting the store. He uploaded high-quality images of the products and his store on Google My Business website to connect with his customers and showcase the products. He didn't have any delivery boys. He used the API of Google Maps to connect with the delivery app of Swiggy. And in a matter of days, he transformed his business to become both connected and effective in the toughest of times. To me, this is a great example of what our Honorable Prime Minister said, Jaan bhi, Jahan bhi. We all have to adapt to kickstart the economy while keeping our people safe. Every day, more and more Indians are learning to do things digitally. We need to get the next 500 million people connected to the internet. We need to solve the challenges that India faces today in health, in education, or in agriculture. We need every business to get connected and leverage the internet to take a leap in their core business and be more competitive. Equally, we need to create job opportunities for every young Indian. This cannot be done by one company, not even by many companies. This needs the power of every Indian to get behind this dream. This is the moment when technology companies like ours, businesses both large and small, and more importantly, the young and the talented people of India, all of us can play a transformation role. This opportunity of a digital India excites me and all of us at Google. That is our mission in India. Make the internet helpful for 1 billion Indians and empower India to become a leading digital economy. Over the last several years, we have solved for India by understanding the challenges of India better. We have brought in high quality technical and engineering talent to solve these challenges. We also learned that when we solve for India, we solve for the world. But we know there is still so much more to be done. This is our commitment to India. And to tell you more about this, it is my privilege and honor to welcome Sundar Pichai, our CEO. Hi, Sundar.
Hi, Sanjay. Thanks for that introduction and for all you've done as the country lead for Google India in just a few months. Let me also welcome you to your first Google for India event. It's always a really special time, and I only wish I could be there in person. One of the challenges of this moment is that we can't visit the people we love or the places we call home. During this time, the ability to be online has been a lifeline to so many of us. Whether you're a small business trying to stay afloat, a parent looking for updates on how to keep your family healthy, or a student trying to keep up with your studies. Being helpful in these moments is at the core of Google's mission to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful. This mission is deeply personal to me. Growing up, technology provided a window to a world outside my own. Also brought us closer together as a family. Every evening, we were drawn to the television by Doordarshan's special rendition of Sare Jahan Se Acha. I tried to explain this to my colleagues the other day, but I eventually gave up and just showed it to them on YouTube. When I was young, every new piece of technology brought new opportunities to learn and grow. But I always had to wait for it to arrive from someplace else. Today, people in India no longer have to wait for technology to come to you. A whole new generation of technologies are happening in India first. It's been incredible to see the rapid pace of change unfolding over my past few visits. From the excitement of young people using the latest apps and services, to the ways people are using smartphones to improve lives in rural villages, to the more than 2,500 Indian YouTube creators who each have over 1 million subscribers. I've actually turned to some of these creators for help over the last few weeks. For example, to learn how to make dishes like paneer makhni or pizza with my kids. One of the most exciting success stories has been the digitization of small businesses. Just 4 years ago, only 1/3 of all small businesses in India had an online presence. Today, 26 million SMBs are now discoverable on search and maps, driving connections with more than 150 million users every month. What's more, small merchants across the country are now equipped to accept digital payments. This has made it possible for more small businesses to become part of the formal economy and improves their access to credit. The global pandemic has supercharged the adoption of digital tools. Digital payments, for example, will enable families across India to access goods and services during lockdowns. For them, grocery delivery services have been invaluable. Though I'm sure my grandmother misses haggling over the price of her vegetables in person. Of course, all this progress was only possible because of a strong foundation of digital connectivity. Thanks to Prime Minister Modi's vision for Digital India, the country has made huge progress in getting 1 billion Indians online. Low-cost smartphones, combined with affordable data and a world-class telecom infrastructure, have paved the way for new opportunities. At Google, we've been proud to be a partner in India's digitization journey since 2004, when we opened our first offices in Hyderabad and Bangalore. In those days, our focus was on getting helpful and relevant information to Indian users through search, whether they were searching for their favorite Bollywood star or cricket scores. From there, we spread awareness of internet in rural villages through programs like Internet Sati. It's helped more than 30 million women across India gain digital skills to improve their lives and their communities. Google's efforts in India have deepened our understanding of how technology can be helpful to all different types of people. Building products for India first has helped us build better products for users everywhere. A recent example is GPay, our fast, simple way to pay contactless or online. Together with the rise in BHIM UPI adoption, GPay makes it easy to pay the rickshawala or send money to family back home. India is setting the global standard on how to digitize payments, and it's now helping us build a global product. Our AI-powered reading tutor app, Bolo, now called Read Along, is another example of a technology built specifically for Indian users. Last year, I visited with students in Mumbai who were using the app to learn to read on their own. It was amazing to see their excitement when they read a new word in Hindi for the first time. It received such positive reception, we are rolling it out to the rest of the world. Now children in 180 countries can learn to read in 9 languages, with more to come. And our AI flood forecasting system was designed to keep people safe during India's monsoon season. I'll never forget how the 2015 floods in Chennai impacted so many families. I'm hopeful that this technology will bring greater peace of mind to the hundreds of millions of people affected by floods each year around the world. These are just a few examples of how innovations that start in India can benefit the rest of the world. But India's own digital journey is far from complete. There's still more work to do in order to make the internet affordable and useful for 1 billion Indians. From improving voice input and computing for all of India's languages, to inspiring and supporting a whole new generation of entrepreneurs. Over the years, we've invested in many Indian businesses through Google, as well as through our growth equity investment fund, Capital G. Today, I'm excited to announce the Google for India Digitization Fund. Through this effort, we will invest 75,000 crore rupees, or approximately $10 billion, into India over the next 5 to 7 years. We will do this through a mix of equity investments, partnerships, and operational infrastructure and ecosystem investments. This is a reflection of our confidence in the future of India and its digital economy. Investments will focus on 4 areas important to India's digitization. First, enabling affordable access and information to every Indian in their own language, whether it's Hindi, Tamil, Punjabi, or any other. Second, building new products and services that are deeply relevant to India's unique needs. Third, empowering businesses as they continue or embark on their digital transformation. Fourth, leveraging technology and AI for social good in areas like health, education, and agriculture. As we make these investments, we look forward to working alongside Prime Minister Modi and the Indian government, as well as Indian businesses of all sizes, to realize a shared vision for a digital India. There's no question we are facing a difficult moment today in India and around the world. The dual challenges to our health and to our economies have forced us to rethink how we work and how we live. But times of challenge can lead to incredible moments of innovation. Our goal is to ensure India not only benefits from the next wave of innovation, but leads it. Working together, we can ensure that our best days are still ahead. Thank you. Now it's my privilege to welcome a special guest, Honorable Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad ji.
Ladies and gentlemen, my greetings to all.
I'm very happy to learn that Google is making a huge investment in the Google India Digitization Fund. Google today is a global brand. Not only a brand simpliciter, but a defining platform of change, of empowerment, of innovation, of information, and most important, digital awakening. Therefore, Google today has left its imprint in the entire globe. And for me as the IT Minister of India, the biggest satisfaction comes within the course of my visit in the rural parts of India. I find even village boys and girls through their smartphones trying to undertake a Google search. I think this becomes the most defining moment. Willing adaptation, acceptance by Indians of Google is the entire ecosystem. Google is rising to the occasion by trying to invest a fairly substantial amount in Indian Digital Transformative Fund. Why Google is also important? In Sundar Pichai, who is heading Google, is a very powerful symbol of the creative potential of India's digital human resource. It's a matter of deep satisfaction for us that so many Indians today are occupying key positions in various powerful digital entities globally. And Sundar, because of his hard work, has attained that position. It is a matter of great appreciation for us. Why India is important in the present world? A stable democracy, an open society, and seeking to transform the life of ordinary Indians to the power of technology. That is what Digital India is about. And therefore, this digital transformation, emphasizing upon digital inclusion, bridging the digital divide, and allowing more and more innovation, is a part of that process. In the last 5.5 years of our journey, the way Indian digital products, from digital payment to Jam Trinity, Jandar Aadhaar Mobile, to direct benefit transfer, sending billions of dollars and saving billions of dollars from being appropriated by fictitious claimants. All this is changing the digital narrative of India of digital inclusion. From Aadhaar to UPI to GSTN to Ayushman Bharat, all are operating on digital platforms developed by homegrown innovative technology by Indians. With this benchmark of success, India's moment has arrived. And I'm very happy that Google is recognizing the great power of India's digital empowerment, India's digital innovation, and the need to create further opportunity. I am quite clear there is immense scope for Google through its good application of artificial intelligence to undertake new initiatives in the field of agriculture, in the field of weather prediction, in the field of healthcare in the wake of COVID challenges. Most important, digital education. These are great opportunity of a 1.3 billion plus people, which is full of innovation, creativity, and entrepreneurship. I was very much impressed by some of the products of Google, like warning about floods, like Google Maps. Today, ordinary Indians are using Google Maps. Also, translation work in Indian languages. These are good innovations. But now India is craving for more. India's latent digital potential, the third biggest startup movement in the world, extraordinary ride in electronic manufacturing, becoming a global power, digital skilling, skill mapping, digital literacy are all great opportunity which needs to be properly exploited for its full potential. I'm quite sure the way this new fund is going to be used, from creating digital infrastructure to promoting startups to further enhance their potential, will be something I would like to watch very carefully and closely. Our Prime Minister has already announced a big scheme for Atmanirbhar Bharat, whereby Indian entrepreneurs have been asked to create new digital products which are made in India. As I have said elsewhere, India's app economy is growing very powerfully, but we have not only to download apps, it is important also to upload apps made in India. These are opportunities waiting to be tapped. Digital village is something very close to my heart. 1 lakh digital villages we have to set up is our announcement in the budget. I'd appreciate if Google picks up a good number of cluster of villages in India in various parts and develop it as a model digital villages of empowerment, of skilling, healthcare, of telemedicine, of distant education digitally speaking, and most important, from agriculture to rural empowerment. I think all these is waiting to be tapped because the digital India revolution today is changing the villages of India also. These are some of my ideas which I thought I must share. I'm very happy. Thank you, Sundar, for this great initiative. You are a very accomplished global leader with Indian roots. Therefore, this good blend of your Indian foundations and global accomplishments need to work together so that Google India's story scales new height. Thank you, and my greetings once again.
This is My India, a country sprinting towards digital growth,
where 500 million of us discover endless opportunities through the internet on our smartphones.
Phone recharge kare online.
Opportunities to help us find a new calling.
And take our passions to greater heights.
To build a future where children can get the education they deserve.
In the house. Shabash.
And where not knowing how to read doesn't get in the way of learning.
एक कप सोयाबीन बहियों में 4 कप पानी डालकर उबालें.
We are Digital India and our journey has just begun.
With Android as a part of this journey, manufacturers are building phones for India.
And a thriving community of developers is building apps that solve India's challenges.
so that together we can put the power of the internet into the hands of every Indian.
Thank you, Minister Ji. Namaskar. We started organizing Google for India in 2015, and I'm so excited that this year we're taking Google's long and deep commitment to India to a whole new level. So I want to start by thanking our millions of users, developers, partners, and our customers who have supported us, encouraged us, and loved us over the years. Dhanyavad, Shukriya, thank you. We can't be together in person this year, but to everyone who's watching, thank you for joining. I'm grateful that we can connect via Google for India, even if the stage is a little bit different from what we're used to. COVID has changed a lot of things. We're worrying about our health, our families, our jobs, the economy, our future. This is a tough time. But I believe in hope, and I believe that India will emerge stronger and brighter through this crisis. As my dadi used to say, देवों को अमृत पाने के लिए समुद्र का मंथन करना पड़ा था. So we too need to work hard and work together to create economic opportunity for everyone. And we must do it inclusively. At Google, we've learned that great things happen when technology is open and when it works for everyone. Android is a powerful example of this. We thought mobile phones would be better if everyone could build the ecosystem together. Android started with one hardware manufacturer and one carrier in 2008. 12 years later, there are more than 2 billion active devices from over 1,300 hardware manufacturers. Many of them are here. India is in fact the second largest mobile phone manufacturing country in the world. And because Android is free for anyone to download and distribute, phones continue becoming cheaper and more accessible. By including everyone, an ecosystem of manufacturers, developers, and users has come together to enable the creation and growth of Indian champions and Indian jobs. According to the Indian Cellular and Electronics Association, or ICEA, as of August 2019, open operating systems like Android have contributed to 1.6 million jobs in India. 1.6 million jobs. When Android first launched, we didn't imagine that people would use it one day to top up their phones and learn new skills. But this is daily life in India today. And it would not have been possible without affordable mobile devices. Over the years, we've partnered with many Indian hardware manufacturers to create high-quality phones running Android at prices within reach of ever more Indians. And we'll continue to focus on enabling more high-quality, low-cost smartphones so more people can access the internet to learn, grow, and succeed. We believe this partnership-led ecosystem approach is even more relevant today. And we will emerge stronger in a post-COVID world if we work together to ensure every Indian has access to economic opportunity. And this starts with helping Indian businesses go digital and helping Indian workers learn, grow, and find better jobs. Now, more than ever, to survive and grow, every Indian business must be a digital business. More than 26 million small businesses in India today are discoverable across Google Search and Maps. And every month, Google drives over 15 crore direct connections. 15 crore direct connections like calls and online orders between businesses and customers. In a world where social distancing is a norm, businesses must also be able to transact digitally. Since the Google Pay for Business app launched in India 8 months ago, more than 3 million merchants are using it regularly to accept contactless digital payments. With this app, even kirana stores far away from big cities, in towns like Baddi in Himachal Pradesh or Kanchipuram in Tamil Nadu, have been able to start accepting digital payments and keep their businesses going safely. We're excited by this progress, but there's a lot more to do. हर शहर और हर गांव के हर दुकान को डिजिटल बनना होगा. Not easy, but we're fully committed. But our goal is to serve more than just small businesses. Last year, we introduced the Spot platform in Google Pay, enabling merchants to create branded commercial experiences that bridge the online and offline worlds. It's been exciting to see how businesses have used.
Absolutely. We'll now bring you the shots of the Prime Minister Narendra Modi's meeting with Google CEO Sundar Pichai in the morning. Absolutely. Our correspondent Arun Singh is joining us live on the phone line. Arun, first of all, Google announcing investment of rupees 75,000 crore in India, $10 billion fund to help accelerate India's digital economy. Big news this is.
That's right. It's a big development that's taking place as of now, that the Google CEO Sundar Pichai has primarily announced an investment of 75,000 crore rupees, or primarily $10 billion in India's digital fund. Now, primarily what it means that it will strengthen the digital infrastructure of our country. That's number one. Now, when early in the morning, Prime Minister Narendra Modi also held a virtual meeting with Google CEO Sundar Pichai. Now, we know this fact that this was a 6th edition of Google for India edition, and Google every year announces some big initiative or big announcement as far as India or as a country, India is concerned. Because of the fact that India provides large number of business community who are upgraded online, be it the small and medium enterprises or be it the kirana shop owners, they are gradually digitized as of now. We have seen that because of the Digital India campaign started by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, that has played an important role in strengthening the digital infrastructure of our country. And now, as the digital infrastructure is strengthened, now there are various global companies, be it Facebook, be it Google, they are ready to make investment via government route or by the private equity route or by taking stakes in various companies in our country, they're ready to enter in a country like India. There are various global companies like Amazon, Facebook, now Google for that matter, Microsoft for that matter. They're trying to stakes in the Indian companies, and now Google announcing a direct investment of 75,000 crore rupees by investing in India's digital fund. Now it means that the infrastructure or the digital infrastructure will get a major push, number one. Second important part is the IT Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad clearly said that they're looking forward, and of course the Google is also a great scope when it comes to artificial intelligence in the sector of education, in the field of agriculture, in the field of weather forecasting. These are some of the main points that the IT Minister has also made. He clearly said that digital village is something that is very close to the heart of Ravi Shankar Prasad. That means government as of now is focusing as to how Google, because with his investment of this large sum of 75,000 crore rupees, can digitize more and more villages in our country. We know this fact, Abhishek, that there are more than 700 districts in our country, and the focus of the government is now to digitize the villages of our country so that the grassroots level people, or that means development can be inclusive in nature by providing digital benefits to the people. We know this fact also, Abhishek, that there are close to 2.5 lakh gram panchayats in our country, and government is ensuring that optical fiber network can reach these gram panchayats so that the digital infrastructure can be strengthened. So yes, it's a big announcement by Google, and as Prime Minister Narendra Modi also met with the CEO of Google. The talks that were held between both the Prime Minister Modi and CEO of Google were clearly stating that the focus is on data security and cyber security, number one. And yes, what can more be done as far as the education sector, agriculture sector is concerned. Now last year also, Google has announced a data center, primarily artificial intelligence research center to be established in Bengaluru. Partnerships were held between BSNL and Google. Google Pay was strengthened. These were some of the announcements which were done last time. So yes, this time Google announcing and taking opportunity of this pandemic. That means converting this challenge of COVID pandemic into an opportunity. So that's the big takeaway, that Google is announcing 75,000 crore rupees to invest in strengthening the digital infrastructure of our country. And it's the India movement globally, that during time of COVID pandemic where investments are limited, Google is coming up and investing a huge sum of 75,000 crore rupees, because Google understands this fact that the small and medium enterprises of our country, the kirana shop owners of our country will benefit the most, and it will also be a two-way benefit both for Google as well and for the citizens of our country as well. Abhishek?
Absolutely, Arun. They talked about the importance of data security and cyber safety. But Arun, they met in the morning, PM Modi and Google CEO Sundar Pichai, and talks were also on the power of technology and effective use of internet to empower India. Sanjay Gupta also talked about that.
Oh, absolutely. When we talk about the Vice President and, of course, the India head of Google, he clearly mentioned this fact that it is the power of the 130 crore people that has brought change in our country. It is the power of adaptability. It is the power of 130 crore people. They are ready to adapt to the new digital technology initiatives, and that's the reason India could primarily, upgrade itself. And during this time of COVID, there were various examples. Now, what we know that the Sundar Pichai, the Google CEO, also shared some of the best practices and some of the success stories that they have seen in India as well. During the COVID times, when the businesses were closed, the shops were closed, there were shop owners, there were kirana owners who were actually, operating via the cloud computing method, or primarily they were operating on an online mode, and the business were afloat because of the fact that digital infrastructure was in place. So it is because, if you look at this way, more than 3 crore MSMEs or the small business owners primarily, they are upgraded to digital infrastructure. They are accepting digital payments. They are working completely on digital payments. So India primarily is providing a better digital infrastructure as compared to what it was 6 to 7 years ago. So now when we talk about the smartphones in our country, close to 60 to 70 crore smartphones in our country. When we talk about the high-speed internet services in the country, there are close to 80 crore high-speed internet connections in our country. This includes broadband, this includes optical fiber connectivity. So this large amount of data or primarily digital infrastructure gives confidence to any kind of business or conglomerate or any kind of entrepreneur or business chairperson or business leader to invest in that country. And when we have such a big size of digital infrastructure, this also gives confidence to Google. So there are two-tier strategies one side, Google is investing 75,000 crore rupees in country like India because it knows this fact that India will provide a mass consumption. India will provide, or primarily India will, the Indian business community, or primarily the small kirana owners, the shop owners, will provide a better, opportunity for Google as well, because Google, whatever Google is investing, they are going to get better return in that context as well. Number two, Google will also strengthen the digital infrastructure of our country. As Ravi Shankar Prasad clearly mentioned this point, that some of the basic highlights and the main highlights that Google should focus upon is absolutely on the agriculture part, number one. Second, on weather forecast. Number three, it's on education part. So these are some of the key highlights that the IT Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad has also clearly mentioned about. And as Prime Minister Narendra Modi clearly focused on the fact that we are also focusing on the data security and of course the cyber security. That's a key concern for the Indian government, because we know this fact that we can't compromise when it comes to the cyber security or data security of 130 crore Indians. So safety and security as far as the cyber space or digital space is concerned, that is of prime importance. So yes, maintaining security and safety, primarily digital safety and digital security of 130 crore Indians, that's for number one. Number two, how can innovations can take place during these times of COVID? We know this fact that work from home is a new normal. Work from home is something that is India is adapting to as of now. There are various Indians as of now, big corporate houses that are promoting work from home. So what mobile applications can be made now, or which can be the new innovations that can take place now? That is something was discussed primarily between Prime Minister Modi and of course the Google CEO. We also know this fact, Abhishek, that a month and a half back, Prime Minister Narendra Modi also met with Bill Gates. He's the founder of Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation as well. Over there also, Prime Minister had an important discussion as to how can India adapt to new normal. So as now Sundar Pichai clearly says that when he was addressing this event, he clearly said that when you're innovating or when you're making any product for India, you are actually making that product for the world as well. That kind of innovation, that kind of infrastructure that India is providing. So when you make a high quality product for a country like India, it is actually for entire world as well, because India provides a big mass. India provides a big consumption space of close to 130 crore people. That will be, this is a size which the mobile applications or any innovation that will be used by people. Second important part, Abhishek, let's just rewind that part as well. India has also started a big challenge for innovators, for the students as well, that how they can, create their own mobile applications in the field of education, in the field of work from home, in the field of gaming sector for that matter. So Google in that context, with this 75,000 crore rupees of mega fund or mega investment, will also provide the platform for the young innovators of our country. As of now, the young innovators of our country who are innovating in our country, be it in the field of gaming, entertainment, news, work from home, all various sectors, but they were not getting a proper platform. So when Google and the platform of Android, what we call it as Android, they are providing a better platform today to the youngsters of our country. And in that context, when Google is investing 75,000 crore rupees in our country, it also gives a major platform to the youngsters of our country to develop their apps, to showcase their apps, and that can be uploaded on Google Play Store as well. So Google, of course, can promote these applications. And earlier, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has also said that I might also use some of the apps being developed or designed by the innovators of our country. So this challenge is for designing an app is already in place. The last date for this mobile application challenge is till 18th of July, whereby you can submit your proposals and your ideas, and of course about about your product till 18th of July on the MyGov website. So yes, India, after doing making a major announcement in the field of manufacturing, now it's focusing on services sector, or what we call it as digital space as well, because India not only wants to become a mega manufacturing hub for the entire world, but India is now also focusing upon as to how India can become a mega services hub as well. That means creating services, manufacturing is one thing, and of course now services is the other part. So how can we create services? How can we provide services locally for the entire world? So providing services for the entire world, that's what India is also now focused upon. And big conglomerates, big companies like Google can play a major partner in that context. We should also not forget this fact, Abhishek, that Sundar Pichai is one of those Indian American who is part of the US President Donald Trump's team, which is there to revive the economy. That means the Trump government, the US government has inducted Sundar Pichai also on board as an advisory board as to how can US economy can revive. So yes, he is also an advisory member in that context. So yes, Sundar Pichai is a key person in that context, and when he is investing this 75,000 crore rupees in India, when Google, primarily one of the big blue chip companies, investing 75,000 crore rupees in India, it also paves way for other startups, for other big companies as well to take advantage.
Absolutely. Thank you, Arun. We'll come back to you again, but we'll go again live to Google India event.
परिवार को मैं शुभकामना देना चाहता हूं, उनको बधाई देना चाहता हूं कि उन्होंने गूगल परिवार ने जिस तरीके से भारत में काम को बढ़ाया है, आम आदमी तक जाने का प्रयास किया है और विभिन्न क्षेत्रों में अपनी सहभागिता दर्ज की है, मुझे खुशी होती है। और आज जबकि कोरोना के ऐसे संकट में जब पूरी दुनिया एक गहरे संकट से होकर के गुजर रही है, ऐसे समय में गूगल परिवार का ऑनलाइन के माध्यम से छात्रों तक, लोगों तक, आम व्यक्ति तक तमाम भावनाओं को, विचारों को, ज्ञान को बांटने का ये जो अभियान है, ये एक अच्छा अभियान है। और मैं ये समझता हूँ कि जो वर्तमान में परिस्थितियां हैं और जैसे एकाएक पूरी दुनिया में ये महामारी आई है, लोग अपने घरों में कैद हुए हैं और ऐसे में अब जो सहारा है, जो इन परिस्थितियों में ऑनलाइन डिजिटल के माध्यम से जिस तरीके से आदमी कहीं ना कहीं बाध्य हुआ है उस रास्ते पर चलने के लिए, ऐसे अवसर पर बहुत जरूरी है कि उस रास्ते को और मजबूत किया जाए। हमारे देश के यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री जी ने जब नए भारत के निर्माण की बात की और जब संकल्प लिया तो उन्होंने शुरू से ही कहा कि ऐसा भारत जो स्वच्छ भारत हो, जो स्वस्थ भारत हो, जो सशक्त भारत हो, जो श्रेष्ठ भारत हो, जो एक भारत हो। लेकिन उस श्रेष्ठ भारत के लिए मेक इन इंडिया, डिजिटल इंडिया, स्किल इंडिया, स्टार्टअप, स्टैंड अप जैसे रास्ते से होकर के हम उस श्रेष्ठ भारत की शिखर तक पहुंचने का जो संकल्प हमने लिया है, तो ये जो डिजिटल इंडिया का जो उनका सपना है वो वर्तमान में इन परिस्थितियों में और भी मजबूती के साथ आगे बढ़ सकता है। और जिस तरीके से गूगल ने पीछे के समय में हमारे शिक्षकों को निःशुल्क प्लेटफॉर्म देकर के प्रशिक्षण की दिशा में एक अच्छा प्रयास किया है। और जो मेरे को बताया गया कि लगभग 10 लाख शिक्षकों को निःशुल्क प्रशिक्षण देने का सीबीएसई के माध्यम से जो काम किया है, उसके लिए भी मैं उनको धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूं। वैसे भी मैं समझता हूं कि गूगल के सीईओ सुंदर पिचई को मैं विशेष करके बधाई देना चाहता हूं कि खड़गपुर आईआईटी से आज सुंदर पिचई निकल करके पूरी दुनिया में हिंदुस्तान का माथा ऊंचा कर रहे हैं, अपनी प्रतिभा का लोहा दुनिया को मना रहे हैं, तो हमको खुशी होती है। और आज जिस तरीके से उन्होंने कहा है और उनको मालूम है कि हिंदुस्तान दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा लोकतांत्रिक देश है। अभी हमारे माननीय मेरे सीनियर मंत्री, मेरे बड़े भाई श्रद्धेय रविशंकर प्रसाद जो कानून मंत्री हैं, विज्ञान और प्रौद्योगिकी मंत्री, उन्होंने विस्तार पूर्वक बातों को रखा है। और सब जानते हैं कि दुनिया के इस सबसे बड़े लोकतांत्रिक देश की जो आबादी है, अकेले 130 करोड़ लोगों की आबादी है। और यदि मैं उसके शिक्षा के दृश्य को देखूं, उसके परिवेश को देखूं, उसकी विशालता को देखूं, तो 1000 से भी अधिक विश्वविद्यालय हिंदुस्तान की धरती पर हैं। 45 से 50 हजार डिग्री कॉलेज हैं और 15 लाख से अधिक स्कूल हैं। यहाँ पर लगभग 1,09,00,000 से भी अधिक अध्यापक हैं, 33 करोड़ से भी अधिक ये संख्या है, छात्र छात्रों की संख्या है। तो मैं समझता हूं कि जो युवा है, और वैसे भी हिंदुस्तान आगे 25 वर्षों तक यंग इंडिया रहने वाला है, जो इसके सामने ये चुनौतियां आई हैं, इन चुनौतियों का डटकर हमको मुकाबला करना है। अभी आपको जैसे मालूम है कि प्रधानमंत्री ई विद्या के तहत हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी का हमको आशीर्वाद मिला है, और उन्होंने कहा है कि वन नेशन वन डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म की बात की है, और वन नेशन वन डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म के साथ साथ वन क्लास वन चैनल हमने ये शुरू करने का लक्ष्य रखा है, और जिस पर बहुत तेजी से काम हो रहा है। हम जहां स्वयं प्रभा पर जाएंगे, स्वयं प्रभा पर हम अभी भी बहुत सारा काम कर रहे हैं, बहुत तेजी से आगे बढ़ रहे हैं। अंतिम छात्र तक पहुंचने की हमारी मुहिम है। वहीं दीक्षा पर हमारे लगभग 80,000 से भी अधिक हमारे ई पाठ्यक्रम हैं, और उस दिशा में भी हम तेजी से बढ़ रहे हैं। हमारे पास ई पाठशाला है, और ई पाठशाला के साथ साथ NROER के तहत 14,000 फाइलें हैं हमारे पास, ऑडियो है, वीडियो है। हम नेशनल डिजिटल लाइब्रेरी में 4.5 करोड़ से भी अधिक ऐसे डिजिटल सामग्री है। हम युद्ध स्तर पर उस पर जुटे हुए हैं, ताकि हमारा अंतिम छात्र जो दूर दराज में बैठा हुआ है, उसको भी हम शिक्षा से वंचित न रख सकें। मुझे खुशी है कि गूगल एक ऐसा प्लेटफॉर्म तैयार कर रहा है जो इस दिशा में हमारी मदद भी करेगा। और जिस तरीके से सुंदर पिचाई जी ने अभी कहा है कि वो अगले 5 वर्षों में भारत में जो निवेश की उन्होंने बड़ी घोषणा की है, मैं इसका भी स्वागत कर रहा हूं आपका। तो मैं शुभकामना देना चाहता हूं गूगल परिवार को, और मेरा भरोसा है कि जो जिस लाइन पर आप चल रहे हैं, और हमारा जो ऑनलाइन का जो पाठ्यक्रम है, जो हम बच्चे तक पहुंचना चाहते हैं, जो प्रौद्योगिकी की दिशा में हम ज्ञान विज्ञान अनुसंधान के क्षेत्र में आगे बढ़ना चाहते हैं, हम पूरी दुनिया को शिक्षा के माध्यम से हिंदुस्तान को एक जो नॉलेज पावर सुपर पावर बनाना चाहते हैं। तो ये जो एक बड़ा केंद्र, ज्ञान का दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा केंद्र बनाने का जो हम मन में एक संकल्प लेकर के चल रहे हैं, मेरा भरोसा है कि गूगल इसमें एक पार्टनरशिप के रूप में आगे बढ़ेगा। और अभी तो आप हिंदुस्तान की लगभग 8 भारतीय भाषाओं में ज्ञान को, विचारों को, लोगों को आदान प्रदान कर रहे हैं। लेकिन सुंदर पिचाई जी से मैं अनुरोध करूंगा कि भारत की 22 भारतीय भाषाएं हैं, इन 22 भारतीय भाषाओं में जरूर करके वो लोगों को सामग्री उपलब्ध कराएं, ताकि विभिन्न भाषाएं, वैसे तो हमारे देश में बहुत सारी भाषाएं हैं, सैकड़ों हजारों बोलियां हैं, लेकिन जो हमारे संविधान की अनुसूची 8 में 22 भारतीय भाषाएं हैं, कम से कम इन 22 भारतीय भाषाओं में ये आदान प्रदान हो तो और ज्यादा उपयोगी साबित हो सकता है गूगल का ये अभियान। मैं एक बार पुनः गूगल परिवार को मैं शुभकामना देना चाहता हूं, और जो आगे उसने हिंदुस्तान की धरती पर निवेश करके हिंदुस्तान के ज्ञान और विज्ञान को उस माध्यम से, उस रास्ते से प्रौद्योगिकी और डिजिटलीकरण के माध्यम से और सशक्त बनाने का एक संकल्प लिया है। मेरी शुभकामना, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
Thank you, Shri Ramesh Pokhriyal, the Honorable Minister, for your vision of digitizing education in India. I want to take a moment to thank all the teachers who are continuing to work very hard under these difficult circumstances to ensure uninterrupted education for our children. Your dedication and commitment to help the younger generation of India is the most important contribution in supporting and building the future of India. And for all the children who have had to stay home in the last few months, I have one message that has stayed with me from my growing up days. शिक्षा की जड़ें कड़वी होती हैं। शिक्षा को पाने के लिए कड़ी मेहनत करनी पड़ती है, लेकिन अंत में शिक्षा का फल मीठा होता है. As you heard earlier from Sapna, we are committed to making it easier for every family in India to get access to great quality education digitally, both in schools and at home. Sundar said at the outset, India has always been a strategic and important focus for Google, and our efforts here are shaping the future of many of our products and services for the world. With today's announcements about the Google for India Digitization Fund, we are recommitting ourselves to partner deeply and support India in becoming a truly digital nation. As Caesar shared, we need to work hard and work together to create economic opportunity for everyone. I also want to thank the Honorable Minister, Sri Ravi Shankar Prasad, for sharing his valuable time with us and his continued partnership with the technology industry in achieving the vision of making India a $1 trillion digital economy. Before I go, I would like to thank all of you for joining us today. We greatly appreciate your interest to understand the work we are doing in India and look forward to your support to make the internet helpful for 1 billion Indians. Thank you.
Right, we were showing you the live coverage of Google for India event, and the main crux was the Google announcing investment of 75,000 crore in India. That's a big news, and $10 billion fund to help accelerate India's digital economy. So the event started off with the country manager of Google India, Sanjay Gupta, mentioning that how Google has transformed and help kickstart the economy, and he mentioned about Google Meet, Google Classroom and Meet along apps to help students study, mentioned about Google Pay too, and Sundar Pichai, the CEO, also gave steps to help India use effective internet and empower India with technology, but so much more to be done. That's also he said. And Sundar Pichai, CEO of Google and Alphabet, also spoke about the technology and affordable access to every Indian of the technology and empowering businesses and role of technology in areas like health and infrastructure. And also Union Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad spoke at an event where he said Google is making huge investment via Google Digital Fund in India. And also a short while back we heard HRD Minister Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank. He also spoke at an event and he mentioned about Make in India and specifically said about PM Modi's dream of digital India. Well, that's all we have in this edition. Stay tuned for more news and updates. Namaskar.